And Sexyy Red is just another example of how we're gonna reward someone who's, you know, very low on the financial totem pole. You could tell this girl came from like the jets. Like, I don't know where she from, but she come from the dirty jets. Like, you know what I mean? And like, everybody knows girls like her. You know what I mean? And they're not usually put in this type of position. You see what I'm saying? But they're putting her in this position in order to inspire other young girls to be like her. I saw where they were trying to bring her to a school to like talk to the kids, right? But she pulled up to the school smelling like weed, so they didn't let her in, and she got mad.
Sexyy Red is making headlines once more. And this time, she's stirring controversy by seemingly advising young black girls to lower their standards and tolerate cheating in relationships. This comes hot on the heels of recent backlash she faced for a string of scandals, including accusations of spreading STDs to unsuspecting partners. A few days ago, the internet was ablaze with allegations that she infected her ex-boyfriend with HSV-2, leading many to question her behavior. But instead of laying low, Sexyy Red has doubled down on her antics, continuing to rile up critics with her divisive statements and actions. For quite some time now, rumors have circulated that Sexyy Red is an industry plant, allegedly propped up to tarnish the image of black women and corrupt the minds of impressionable young girls. At first, these claims seemed far-fetched, dismissed by some as baseless hate. However, her latest escapades have many reconsidering, as her behavior appears to validate these accusations. The controversy surrounding Sexyy Red isn't new. She previously faced harsh criticism when she embarked on a high school tour, performing her explicit songs for teenagers without the consent of their parents. The provocative nature of her music, coupled with the school's lack of oversight, had many accusing her of promoting degeneracy to vulnerable kids. One school eventually took a stand, kicking her off the premises after she reportedly showed up reeking of alcohol. The artist, however, didn't take kindly to being escorted out. She vented her frustrations on social media, expressing disbelief over the school's decision. Instead of garnering sympathy, her reaction only drew more backlash, with people pointing out the inappropriateness of her actions. Lord Jamar, one of her most vocal critics, accused Sexyy Red of deliberately misrepresenting black women as part of a broader agenda. He didn't mince words, claiming her behavior was part of her contract with the industry to tarnish the image of black women and lead children astray. Adding fuel to the fire, he launched a personal tirade against her, suggesting she exudes an air of uncleanliness. Sexyy Red has not done much to help her case. She shocked fans when she posted a video from a doctor's appointment, accompanied by a caption indicating she was seeking answers for why her intimate areas had an odor. This bizarre admission came on the heels of resurfaced footage in which she openly discussed contracting multiple STDs from her past relationships. In one instance, she recounted how she and an ex-boyfriend suspected something was wrong and visited a doctor together only to discover the source of their health concerns. These revelations have done little to dispel the image of irresponsibility she has cultivated. As if her personal controversies weren't enough, Sexyy Red recently relaunched her makeup brand with a new line of lip glosses that many found distasteful. With names like Juice Brown, Nut, Pee-hole Pink, Yellow Discharge, and My Period, critics slammed the product as inappropriate, especially since the marketing seemed geared toward a younger audience. In yet another twist, Sexyy Red's ex-boyfriend went public with allegations that she knowingly infected him with herpes. He shared a phone call between them, accusing her of being dishonest about her health. In response, she fired back on Facebook, accusing him of being gay and attempting to deflect blame. He countered by sharing his own clean STD test results, refuting her accusations. Sexyy Red's most recent controversy stems from an interview with Summer Walker, during which she advised young women to accept cheating in relationships. She claimed that infidelity is inherent to men and that leaving one man for another wouldn't solve the problem, as the next man would likely cheat as well. Her remarks were met with immediate criticism, even from Summer Walker, who cautioned against normalizing such behavior. Fans were quick to condemn Sexyy Red's stance, pointing out her track record of failed relationships and questionable judgment. Unsurprisingly, the public response has been overwhelmingly negative. Many have accused Sexyy Red of promoting toxic ideas and setting a poor example for her fans. Some suggested her lifestyle and choices are directly tied to the type of men she involves herself with, while others dismissed her entirely, citing her lack of credibility.
And she got mad, so went outside and opened the sunroof to the limo or whatever, and was like twerking out the limo while all the kids gathered round and cheered her on. You know, Sexyy Red looked like the type of girls like back in the days, like you walk in the room and you'd be like, smell like somebody was fucking in here. And what's crazy is I seen a video, I seen a video where she said her own pussy was stinking. Did you see that? I'm not making this up. If I made that up, that'd be like defamation of pussy or some shit. Like she said that. But I said to myself, she looked like it get hot. It looked like it get funky in whatever room she fucking in. It get hot. Oh man, yeah. Fellas, we can do better. We can do better. Sisters, y'all can do better. That's not the type of Fellas, you don't want to wife that up. And girls, if you act like her, you're not gonna get wifed up. I'm just letting you know. You know what I mean?
From what I'm hearing from you, it sounds like you feel like she's a plant. You feel like Sexyy Red a plant?
Probably yes. Yep. And I think that plant is real. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory to believe that there are industry plants, you know, the Tekashi 6ix9ines and, you know, people like that are put in this game to skew the minds of the masses and lead them down a certain road.
Sexyy Red seems to be on a streak of controversies that never end. Just when people think she couldn't stoop any lower, she finds a way to surprise everyone. Her latest antics have left many shaking their heads in disbelief. This time, she openly encouraged young black girls to have low standards for themselves and accept infidelity in their relationships. Her reasoning? She claims it's just in men's nature to cheat, so there's no point in trying to expect better. This bizarre take came during an interview where she explained why she doesn't leave relationships after being cheated on, stating that moving on to another man would likely result in the same outcome. This came only days after Sexyy Red faced backlash for allegations of having multiple STDs and supposedly infecting her ex-boyfriend with HSV 2. According to rumors swirling online, he was an unsuspecting victim of her reckless behavior. And yet, none of this seems to faze her. Instead of addressing these accusations maturely or taking accountability, she's doubled down on her internet antics, further fueling the belief held by many that she is nothing more than an industry plant meant to degrade the image of black women and poison the minds of young girls. Criticism about Sexyy Red being an industry pawn is nothing new. People have been saying this for a while, especially after she embarked on a high school tour performing her explicit music in front of kids without parental consent. These performances raised eyebrows as parents and community leaders questioned why schools would allow such content to be promoted to minors. During one of these visits, she was kicked out by the school authorities after showing up smelling like alcohol. Rather than reflecting on the situation, she took to social media to complain, claiming she had only been there to talk to the kids and that the school had disrespected her by asking her to leave. This wasn't the only school visit that ended in controversy. In another instance, she made a scene by opening the sunroof of her limo and twerking while surrounded by cheering students. Critics, including Lord Jamar, didn't hold back, accusing her of being a willing participant in a larger scheme to misrepresent black women. Jamar even went as far as suggesting that her behavior was the result of selling her soul to the industry. He speculated that her contract included a clause requiring her to act in ways that perpetuate negative stereotypes and harm the community. The situation escalated when an old video resurfaced of Sexyy Red candidly admitting to contracting multiple STDs from past partners. In the video, she recounted a story about reconciling with an ex-boyfriend only for both of them to discover they had been infected. Instead of using her platform to advocate for health awareness or self-respect, she made the revelation sound almost casual, further damaging her credibility. To make matters worse, Sexyy Red recently attempted to relaunch her makeup brand with a line of lip glosses bearing vulgar names like Juice Brown, Nut, and Yellow Discharge. The product names, along with the marketing strategy, drew outrage for being crass and inappropriate. Critics argued that the products seemed to be targeted at a younger audience, which only deepened the concern about her influence on impressionable fans. Her attempt to frame this as a boss lady move only added fuel to the fire, as many saw it as yet another example of her inability to uplift the image of Black women. The controversies didn't stop there. Sexyy Red's baby daddy recently took to Instagram to expose her, accusing her of knowingly infecting him with herpes. He posted a recording of their phone conversation, during which he confronted her about her alleged dishonesty regarding her health status. The audio left little to the imagination, with him expressing his frustration and disbelief over her actions. Sexyy Red fired back, accusing him of being gay and claiming she had found evidence of it on his phone. The back and forth only served to paint both parties in a negative light, with their dirty laundry aired for all to see. As if all this drama wasn't enough, Sexyy Red managed to stir even more controversy during her interview with Summer Walker. In an attempt to justify staying in relationships despite being cheated on, she not only doubled down on her problematic views, but encouraged others to do the same. Summer Walker, known for her own history of tumultuous relationships, tried to push back, but even her words of advice fell flat, considering her reputation for choosing men with questionable character. The whole exchange left viewers baffled, with many wondering why these two women were trying to normalize toxic behavior as an acceptable standard. It remains to be seen whether she will ever take accountability for her actions or continue down this destructive path. For now, the internet remains divided. Let us know in the comment section.